baby boy. And actually they settled with us, big room, and that was occupied before. That was a big monastery, Picherska Lavra called. Beautiful monastery, beautiful churches, beautiful. And we settled there, and my brother arrived with a child, actually staying with us. My sister dies, so I didn't know where I belonged, but so my brother and his wife took care, but she was not very good to me. She was beat me up and so forth, and I was in her way. And then my brother actually, he was a very handsome guy, so many women after him, and his wife was very jealous, and so on whom she put revenge on me.
Right.
I had nothing to do. I didn't even understand what was going on. Later, when I grew up, I put two and two together. I realized what it was and who I was.
You're just a child.
Yeah, actually. And so then another brother comes. He was in college, university. He wanted, that his profession was, he wanted to, he's studying, he was thrown away. Why he was thrown away? Because he had the parents that were arrested. And all people that come from the family that were arrested, they didn't want them in universities, nothing. Another brother, Risha, that returned from for 3 years in Siberia because his university revolt against communism, and so he was arrested with 3,000, only in his university, with 3,000 other students. He came back, he took me, and from my oldest brother, and but he couldn't stay in one city more than 6 months because he was political prisoner. He was a
And so,
prisoner.
how many siblings did you actually
I had
have?
4 brothers
So you were the only girl?
and 2 girls.
Okay, so you had
And
6.
I am. I want to say about my Risha brother that took me after. He went to Kiev, and he wanted to have higher education, and he was admitted to the university where he studied art. But he changed the city where he was born, and he was saying that he was not Ukrainian but Polish guy. I didn't know this. I found later in the documents.
So why did he do that? Did he do that to
Because the
protect his
parents,
family?
To protect himself, that he would be admitted. Otherwise, he would not admit.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine what that
I can't.
tragedy?
I can't imagine.
And so later he took me and I traveled with him. He couldn't stay more than 6 months in one city. Can you imagine how that hard on me was to study? And then he got married, and they decided to send me to Kursk, Russia. That was Russia. To Kursk, where my grades were not that good in Ukraine, but there, in Kursk, I lived with her parents, and same house, same school, same food, everything the same. I started to study good, and I thought to myself, I'm not that dumb. I can study.
You were smart, huh?
If I would have this tranquility, peace of mind. And I started to have a good grades and everything. But unfortunately, after 1 year, my brother took me back. And they put me in orphanage.
How long did you stay in the orphanage?
For 2 years.
Okay, and then what happened for you to get out?
When I got out, I went back to my brother, Risha, the artist, and I stayed all the time till when he died.
Okay.
And then I remained by myself. And
Now, you went from there to Italy? Because I know it said you got to
wait a
Italy.
minute. It's a long way still.
Oh, okay.
You have enough about communism? You can ask me some questions.
No. Because it's a time thing too. We don't want a real long interview. We want enough that people can hear your story.
Okay. Then Nazi Germany, the war started. The good friends, Stalin and Hitler. They both boys that didn't have fathers. It's funny. Nobody knows about them. Hitler and Stalin. But they sure were vindictive. Extremely vindictive men.
Now, how did you know of them? Just living there? Or?
Excuse me?
How did you know the kind of personality they had? Just living there? Or
Naturally.
did your family fill you in on politics? Or how did you become aware?
I learned lots on politics and everything from my brother. He was intellect. And he was a very smart man. Unfortunately, his heart was in pain all the time, actually losing parents, and had this kind of life to Ukraine. He suffered very much. He died, and I remained by myself. After a few months, Nazi Germany already occupied Ukraine, and then they started to deport people to Germany for war. They would come at night, where everybody in bed, get dressed, take a few belongings, and come to the train station. And from there, they would put us in a train and ship us. We didn't know where we were going. And we arrived, was at night, we would travel. During the day, the train would stop, because the Nazi Germany would bomb, or Soviet Union. I even don't know who was what.
They would come on and check to see if
nobody checked bombs from the air.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, they were Russians.
Oh, wow.
They were Soviet. And
that must have been hard on you, huh?
Yeah. I arrived I was lucky that somehow they changed the route and we wind up in Austria instead of going to Germany. And we arrived there, they put us in the camps. They call us Eastern workers, Ostarbeiters. Okay?
And what did they mean by that?
That means Eastern workers.
Okay. People from that area.
Yeah. And so the next day we went to the factory, wagon fabric, called the the train. But before was that. But then during the war, Germans converted that to make ammunition. You understand?
I do.
And so I was working, and then the starvation. Sometimes German people, Austrian people would bring me some sandwich or something. Because I was fading away,
And about how old were you then?
I was 16, 17.
Okay, so teenager.
Teenager, yeah. So after that wagon fabric was bombed, and so they transferred me to another factory, ammunition factory. So I was working there. Anyway, the war was coming to the end. And soon the war finished. In May month, 8th of May, I wanted to go to France because I spoke French, German, Russian, Ukrainian.
Oh, wow.
And but Russian, Ukrainian, I didn't need it. And so the French people, I got ill, malnutrition. So the French people left. So there was only in our camp were Italian people. So I approached one girl, I said, where are you going? She said, we're going to Italy, oh, wonderful. And she was Serbian girl. And come with us. She knew that I was trying to figure out where to go. Come with us. So she spoke with Italian people, and they, yeah, come on with us. Life is beautiful in Italy. And what did they know? They were not there themselves for 5-6 years. But they believe strongly in their country. So I traveled with them to Italy. And this one of the dentists there, he asked me, he said, what would you do in Italy? I said, well, I go to work. I said, what kind of work? I said, I don't know. I never work, I study. So he said, okay, I tell you what, come on with me and to my family, mother, father, sister, brother. So he took me to his family, excuse me.
Mm-hmm. And so he took you to his family.
He took me to his family.
Uh-huh.
And everybody was so happy that their son returned home.
Mm-hmm.
They would do anything. Another 20 girls
Yes.
would take in their house.
Yes.
And so good food. They give us two, and this is Serbian girl, and they give us room. They give us silky pajamas. I never saw in my life silky pajamas. Good food.
What part of Italy were you in?
Luzone,
Okay.
near Bergamo.
Yes.
Beautiful country. And the bells ringing of the churches and the good food. And I thought I was in paradise.
And then you were. And then how long did you stay there?
I stayed a few months, and then the Soviet Union, how would you call, agents would come look for people like me, try to talk them in to go back. They couldn't force them because the Italians were their country.
Oh, so they tried to talk them into coming back into the country.
Yeah, voluntarily, but if they could force, they would. So all over Europe, the law came. Or you return back to your country, or you immigrate to Australia, United States, Canada, and South America. I first done it to Canada, and then this was in Rome. The Russian prince in Galicia, Nikolai Nikolaevich, still remember his name. He said, why you apply for Canada? I said, because the climate maybe. He said, no, what are you planning to do? I said, modeling, I suppose. And he said, no, that's not for you. You apply, switch to America, to New York. I did it, and sure enough, I got permission.